Hello, 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 and welcome. Thank you for all being here. We've got an amazing crew here today and broadcasting on all of our channels. So let's go ahead and have everybody say hi. Oh, and we have Rocky joining here again. There we go. All right, we are all here now. So lovely to have you all. Thanks all for doing this. So welcome. Let's go ahead and do a quick round of introductions. Who are we? Who are we? So, Monty, why don't you start?
Cool. My name is Monty Weaver. I'm a live streamer, obviously. I like to live stream on Amazon Live, YouTube, create content around shopping. So that's kind of my forte, and I love tech stuff. So all things tech. So I love this giveaway offer. I think I own quite a bit of all the equipment that we're having at this giveaway for today. So this is kind of exciting. Glad to be here.
Awesome. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks so much for joining. Stephanie.
Oh my God. Hi. Hi. I'm Stephanie Liu. I'm a live video strategist. I help brands go from unknown to unfreaking forgettable by leveraging live video. So I'm super excited to be here. Look at this. I got Molly over there. Got Monty over there. Got the whole crew down here. What's up? Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Thanks for joining. Molly's next on the screen here.
Going in order?
Yeah, let's just go in order.
Awesome. I'm so glad that you're here. Let us know below that you are here live or whether you're watching in the replay. It's so cool that we're on all of our platforms right now. And if you want to elevate your sales with live streaming, obviously you are in the right place. My name is Molly Mahoney. I have a company called, you can see part of it, The Prepared Performer, where we help experts, entrepreneurs, course creators, those, oh, look at that. It's so fancy. If I do like that, then it like focuses. Really cool. So I help people like you to be able to get clients with video and sell more online. So people throw credit cards at your face. And I am meeting a lot of the people here today for the first time. So I'm super stoked to be here to be able to hang out and nerd out and learn more about the magic everybody has. So should I tag? I'll tag team. Rocky, why don't you go next? Yay!
Uh-oh.
Everybody,
Oh, no.
sorry about that. I was making sure it was very quiet because I'm here in Las Vegas. You know it's noisy. We got the NFL draft outside, all that going on. But hi, I'm Rocky Nash, live in Las Vegas. I'm a live producer who started streaming from our mobile phone before working with brands to level up my production, doing marketing activations and public speaking, guest lecturing at my local university to journalism students on how to maximize their reels before they're trying to get a job in news. And then I was recruited to network news. So I actually worked for 2 years with a local television station as a live producer, defined the role, built a digital studio, and routed hundreds of feeds. It was amazing. I'm just grateful to be here among you other very talented live producers and content creators for this exciting giveaway, because it's so exciting to like level up your gear. So all the brands that are involved, this is exciting. I'm just happy to be here.
Right on. I guess that makes it my turn. So I'm Photo Joseph, content creator. Yeah, one way or another, somewhere there. Content creator, YouTuber, educator. I do all the things regarding cameras and video on YouTube and live streaming, of course. So do a lot live, do a lot edited these days, and mostly around content creation, around the tools that you use to create content, and very much largely education based. I don't so much do product reviews as diving deep into a particular piece of tech and how it is used. That's pretty much what I do.
I guess I'll go next. I am Carlos Phoenix. I've been doing live streaming since 1997, back in the day with Fubu, and been doing it ever since, working with a lot of the applications that are available in hardware to make things better and a little bit more presentable for the purposes of doing things like this. I'm currently working with YOLO Live as well. YOLO Live being the company that we're going to be giving away some of the products from. And we just did NAB. I represented the company because I brought that company to the United States and got them distribution, which is now selling nationwide. Now I'm working on South America, trying to get them out there as well. I do content production. I do studio setups and builds for media companies. And I do the training for production as well as how to be in front of camera. And so that makes a lot of content for the future, and including the future of live streaming. We're also trying to help and build more sophisticated applications to be able to make something that looks complicated be very simple. So our slogan, I also am a reseller of all the products that we'll be talking about. Livestreamingmaster.com is my website, and there we will do training and things of that nature. Thanks for having me.
Cool. And I guess last but not least, hello everyone. My name is Nikki Sun. I'm a host and also producer, director, cinematographer, editor behind the camera. I was recently the NAB show spokesperson, and I actually had Aaron and Rocky come on my show, Technically Speaking by Nikki Sun, on the NAB Amplify stage, bringing on guests. I'm all about amplifying marginalized voices, particularly women as well, and behind the camera, and giving them a spotlight to shine. So my channel, besides interviewing all these incredible women and BIPOC creators, I also give tech tutorials as well as product reviews. I go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Amazon, where it's kind of like a QVC show. It's part educational, but also here's all the gear that I use. I'm very transparent, unbiased, and I'm just really happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks so much. And I guess I should also introduce myself, since I didn't at the beginning, and we are also broadcasting on all of our channels. So I'm Aaron Parecki. I also do weekly live streams here every Sunday at 10 a.m. The whole idea of my show is to help you learn about live streaming tools and tips and techniques. And I talk a lot about how to wire things up and connect multiple pieces. It's a lot of fun. And we usually break something every week on the show live. So that's just how it goes around here. Yeah, so thank you all for being here. This is really amazing to have such an amazing group of people here. I love it. I love it. So we are here thanks to the amazing coordination of YOLO Live and the giveaway that they are organizing, which is for this live selling toolkit, which brings us to the topic of what live selling is, which I have a feeling is new to some of our audience and maybe some of us here as well. So certainly relatively new to me. I would love to hear from somebody who has some experience or knowledge of this world about just what is live selling. Anybody feel free to just jump in.
I feel the eyes are on me, so I'll go first.
Okay.
Live selling, it's interesting. It's a new way of shopping. I've actually been on Amazon Live for about 2 years now. And so being able to show up live and then talk about different products that are available. Mainly, I like to talk about tech products, gear that I use. Every once in a while, I'll talk about something a little unique. I'm a new dad, so I'll talk about baby stuff as well. But being able to show it and present it on camera for people to see, and then ultimately they buy it in real time. So it's pretty cool to engage with the real audience, answer their questions, and then let them make that decision to add it to their shopping cart. And then if they do, you get a little commission. So that's a bonus as well. So live shopping is here. And it's not just Amazon. There's a lot of new apps coming up. Even Walmart has recently introduced it. I've been watching some of their live streams. So definitely encourage people to pay attention to the changing landscape.
Yeah, interesting. And there's I see a comment here. It's, oh, it hasn't popped up on my other screen. Never mind. We'll get to that in a minute. Oh, here it is. Interactive selling. I think that's another good way to phrase it. So that's, yeah, the whole idea is, live Q&A, which I guess is something I have been doing on the show if I'm talking about something that I'm using and how to use it. So, yeah, interesting.
Specifically today about using tools where you can have someone actually purchase right there within the platform? Are we also including other kinds of live selling where maybe they're purchasing via like a webinar or some sort of thing where you're not necessarily even showing a product, but you're starting conversations that lead to sales as well? Are we covering all of that, or are we focused specifically on?
Sure, all the above, because this is a whole new world.
I'm going to jump in because Monty was so clever in talking about Amazon Live from like a content creator's perspective and making those affiliate and those commissions. Where I come into play is that I usually work with brands and helping them launch their live shopping channels on Facebook, Instagram, and even on other platforms like LiveScale that give them like this white label live shopping platform. So to me, it's a blend of entertainment. It's that instant checkout. It's show me that demo, pick it up, smell it, tell me the color, tell me all the things about it, and you engage with your audience at the same time. And Molly also does a fantastic job as far as like prepping an audience and getting them into that buying mindset and all the FOMO, but girl, I'm gonna hand it off to you.
Well, it's that idea of pre-suading, right? So we can be in the moment where we're unboxing or we're showing a product or we're making. I had a client who was selling clothing, but she also decided to mix drinks while she was doing it. So I love, Monty, how you mentioned like talking about your kids, but she had this whole thing set up where she was making drinks and showing this like wine shake thing that she was making, but then she was selling clothes in between it. And I just think there's so many things that we can be doing to increase those sales, in addition to the really cool tech side of things that we obviously are giving away here. And yeah, just like all kinds of content that you can be doing so that you're making those deeper connections, and then people want to buy again and again and again, and they trust you when you share your, you know, your recommendations and stuff. It's so cool.
If I may add, on the tech side of things, I have different services that I offer as a authorized reseller of not only software, excuse me, I just got back from NAB, software and hardware. For example, live streaming to OTT platforms is becoming an option, and I have offers where you can actually interactively through your television as you're watching a live interactive because of apps as well.
Can you explain ODT for people who may not know?
I was about to ask, what's OTT?
Yeah. So OTT platforms is over the top. Basically, you usually have a set-top box, such as an Apple TV, a Roku box, or a smart TV, where platforms, OTT platforms, meaning over the top again, you're not using a cable box. So OTT is basically those applications such as Netflix, Amazon, and many other applications that allow you to now do engagement in real time and make purchases either straight from the screen or from the app. And now at NAB, a lot of companies approached us about doing live streams where you're actually touching and seeing the product and interacting with it outside of asking questions and being able to make purchases right through their applications. They're not the standard social media applications, but they are downloadable apps and so on. And that's going to be coming up even more as we go deeper into live streaming, shopping.
And then taking it even into like VR from there also, where they're not just sitting on their couch. They've like, you know, they're walking around grabbing things from the magic. I don't know, all the things, right?
All the things, augmented reality. Hell yeah, dude. There's so much things that are going on right now. It's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
And Nikki, I know you've done some of this as well, right? You have a show on Amazon.
Yeah, so I just started live streaming December 28th of 2021. So kind of the beginning of this year. I'm going live once every Tuesday. And when I first started, it was a little intimidating, but I'm not going to lie. If you want to get into live selling or even improve your on-camera hosting skills, like I would just do it. Just try it. It's been really fun for me because having a consistent time every Tuesday, I feel like the people that come in the comments is like my family that just keeps coming every Tuesday and they say hi to each other in the chats. I just want to build and foster this community. And most of the times we all get sent, I don't know about you all, but I get sent a lot of tech products, you know, talking about tech, and not everybody has the chance to actually purchase something, nor would they want to fork up money right away. So I get to bring it on the show and they can ask questions. We can like look at it together. I'm just very transparent with things and I love being able to showcase that. But I also like to theme out my live streams as best as possible. So one episode could be live streaming gear, so meta, right? And all the gear that I use and everything that I use is in the bottom. And then I'm touching it, I'm playing with, you know, all the gear, and then people are asking me questions and I'm telling the people the difference between a TRS cable and a TRRS cable, and they had no idea. So it's like part educational and then part like, oh, I want to get that too. Like, would it work if I did this? So all these questions that if you were to just do a YouTube video, all these specific questions might not be answered and you have to do a whole nother video on it. So that's what I love about live is that it's live, it's engaging. You can answer specific questions that somebody has about the product instead of doing a whole fully produced video. As much as I think they're beautiful, live has just become a new tool for me to just do it for an hour and then I'm done and then cut them into segments and re-upload them as shoppable videos on Amazon, which also generates commission for you when you're not live. So that's another really great way that you actually generate more additional commission when you create those segments outside of just your live. So a lot of content creation there for you.
So another avenue, you reminded me based on what you're saying, I've been training a lot of real estate agents during their open houses to go live. To walk around the house and allow people to ask and interact about, well, what kind of knobs are those in the bathroom? Or I love the way that color looks on that wall. And being able to have a much more engaging walkthrough of the home during an open house. And of course, during COVID, that was very difficult to do open houses. So doing a live stream of an open house was a great way for them to still be able to offer those things. And of course, the purchase is the home. So great ways of doing that as well.
That's fantastic. So, okay, before we keep going on this topic, I do want to mention that one of the other reasons we are all here is because there is a giveaway that is ongoing, and we're going to wrap that up here at the end of the stream. So before we just blow through the hour, I want to give people a last minute chance to enter here. So the way that this works is the giveaway is run by YOLO Live, and I should be able to, push this up. So if you go find this post on the YOLO Live Instagram, and I will drop this link in as many of the chats as I can, but I think I may not have permission to post links on other people's chats. So y'all can go post this on your own channels. If you find this post on the Instagram, on the YOLO Live page, this is how to enter. Basically, follow all the people on this post, follow the brands, and leave a comment down below. And we're going to use a comment picker to pick one of the winners from the comments. So I think there may have been a slight time zone mix up here, because this says it goes till April 30th, but it already is April 30th.
In the future.
In some parts of the world. So that's the reason.
Of the world.
So yeah, we are gonna draw the winner here on this stream live, in just a little bit. So yeah, while we're chatting, go ahead and do that, and we'll wait until probably around 50 minutes past the hour to go ahead and do that. So yeah, just wanted to get that in there.
Now, I have to say that I'm very excited that YOLO Live is part of this, and even the great people of YC Onion, and I know Aaron's product as well. The fact that they're all part of this giveaway, it's excellent. They were next door to me, the NAB. Aaron also was at the booth, and the fact that we were able to push out a great product to be able to do live streams portably has been it's been great to do and push, and there'll be great new features coming up for those who do get the product.
I had a lot of fun with the YOLO box at NAB. I think that was a blast.
I want to know more about what you're doing with it, because I haven't actually. I was talking to Stephanie, my girl, yesterday about it, and she was saying how awesome it is, and I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. So I would love to know what you're doing with it and how, like, use case and all of the magic about it.
Yeah, Nikki had one too at the show, right?
She has it right there.
Amazing. Yeah. And I have it in Aaron's cage. He 3D cloud printed this cage so we can attach like 6 things to the shoe mount. He has like 6 embedded like shoe mount handles, all that stuff.
Looks so cool. I have like the toy box thing for my kids, but you are like really doing it, which is awesome.
You know, I had the box at NAB, and it's fantastic. I love the tilt angle because of, you know, its production value when you're on a desk setup. I have here the YOLO box with the other one, the YC Onion, where it has the cable locks in the back. Sorry, I'm trying to line up that camera, and so that's very cool. When you're out and about, you'll be able to lock those cables in without accidentally pulling them out if you're doing a sporting event and you might be standing around and walking around with wireless cameras and stuff like that, or even a drone.
And others more, like what it does. Why would we want it? What's so magical about it? What problems does it solve? I want to know all the things.
It basically is a full production studio in the box, right? So it's multi-camera, 3 HDMI inputs, 1 USB input for camera as well. It's got an HDMI out if you want to have a monitor, or if you want to output to your maybe third-party applications such as OBS, Ecamm, Wirecast.
I would just say just the fact that it has HDMI and 1 USB makes me so happy. That is because oftentimes it's just HDMI, and then you got to use something if you want to use a USB camera. So that's actually already really cool.
Yep.
Well, you can also use a converter and make it a 4th HDMI, so that works as well. Then they just updated it so that you can have a USB out to act as a webcam. So if you want to do a Zoom, you can then connect it to USB. Your audio and video and multi-camera capabilities are out there. It will not do the graphics with that, but you can do the graphics if you do the HDMI option. And then it has a line in for your studio audio production. I have a Zoom H8, which allows me to plug 6 microphones, and a line out that will plug into the YOLO and you have great audio production in case you're doing a concert or you have a lot of guests. Then you have an SD card slot, so you can then bring in your graphics and videos, like your intros and your outros and your maybe commercials and things that you can be doing. So it's prepared for all that. And all you're doing is tapping on the screen to enter all that data. And if you want to do custom graphics on the fly, it gives you some great basic graphics that you can change the color and make it part of your corporate color.
Oh, the little screen right there?
Yeah. So I was waiting for the moment for it to like click in Molly's head. So girl, let me tell you.
And you don't need a computer for
anything. You don't need a computer.
You don't need a computer.
Oh, okay. Like I'm gonna jump in here because like y'all are like hardcore techies and whatnot, and like me and Molly and our crew, we're just like, okay, so just tell.
Okay, Stephanie knows that it took me $4 million in sales to be able to buy a camera. So let's everything I have done has been through my computer, and I'm teaching people to do video. So if you're overwhelmed right now and you're like, this seems like a lot, get started, like somebody else said earlier, with your phone. But this sounds like something you'll want to upgrade to right away.
It's pretty much, it's plug and play. Like you get your webcam, you get your HDMI, and you go for it. I love the fact that you could have the overlays, the comments come in, and you could even multi-stream. So remember when you think about like all the different things that you have to pay for. Oh, this software subscription service lets me go live in here, here, and here. Oh, and then I need to get that third-party thing in order to connect my HD camera and all the different things. YOLO Live Box does that all for you. It was at that point, Molly, where I was just like, so you're saying I don't need to get another Mac Mini? You're saying all I need is really this thing?
Okay, because that's actually what I have been, because I have the Mac M1, whatever, but I always feel like I end up overloading it with things. So the fact that I can do all of this without a computer is
yes, and it fits in a backpack. Like I'm imagining Nikki Simon's probably over at like NAB, like, oh, let me just go put this in like, my clutch or whatever. And then you're just like, boom, you're done. You're a mobile walking production studio right there. And if someone else has like a kick-ass camera, I could go like, hey, Carlos, can I just borrow your camera real quick? Boop, plug it into the yellow box. Got another camera.
You can even use the iPhone as a camera as well. Plus, you have different options for connectivity to the internet. You have Ethernet, you got Wi-Fi. And the surprise to everybody, this is what really sold it on the show, is that it has a SIM card slot, so you can put a SIM card and you can be literally outdoors doing outdoor sports. And
let me talk about that for a minute.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Okay. So the SIM card was the thing that really saved me on the show, because I brought the YOLO Box to the show, and what I learned was if you it does support tethering to a phone, right? You can like Wi-Fi to your phone and have your phone share your phone's data, but the cell carriers really throttle down the connection that is tethered. So my phone was getting 300 down and 50 up on the show floor, but once I was tethered to my computer was not seeing those speeds. So if I put the SIM card in the YOLO Box, the carriers see it as a direct phone connection, not as a tethering.
SIM card out of your phone and put it straight into the box.
Exactly.
Yep.
Magical. That was my other question for Stephanie.
Right
here. Like, does it have its own Wi-Fi? Like, magic.
Yeah. And you could connect it to Speedify, so that way you could have that cellular bonded network. Oh, girl, it's
if you want to join your cell and your Wi-Fi in a wired connection over Speedify, you can sort of sideload Speedify onto the.
Or you can even do the SIM card with a hotspot of another phone and have both those be your outdoor solution.
So good.
It's better to get a dedicated SIM card instead of just taking the SIM card out of your phone. Just buy a second one from your carrier and have a dedicated data-only plan on there. And then
no, not data only. It won't work with data only. It has to be cellular and data. But you can get the unlimited plan on those if you like T-Mobile has an unlimited data with the cellular, and it's pretty inexpensive.
That's interesting. I was pretty sure that my SIM that's in mine was data only.
Same.
Okay, I could be wrong. Maybe I've changed that, but
challenge accepted, fellas. You can do that offline. You can follow it up in the show notes. You're good.
Yep. Speaking of show notes, if you are curious about the rest of the stuff in this as part of the giveaway, there are links, at least on my my channel, to all of the different products. So let's see, there we go. All of these are linked below. Some really cool stuff as part of this. So we talked about the YOLO Box. I got a chance to check out that Aputure light at the at NAB, since I don't actually own that one right now. I have the older 120D at my studio. But that's a cool little light, very inexpensive for how bright it is. That's what I was gathering from it. Rodecaster Pro, of course, is a classic. Who here has a Rodecaster?
Just got it last week.
I had a feeling. Okay, awesome. I actually don't have one myself. But, and then, yeah, Hollyland Cosmos C1, that's the wireless HDMI transmitter, which is a fantastic way to not have to run super long cables to get cameras that are much farther away from your yellow box. So like you have your yellow box with a camera attached to it, maybe with on top of the cage, and that is great for the one camera. But as soon as you want to get a camera that's like looking at something else, then you don't want to deal with literally long cables. So wireless HDMI is the way to go for sure. And then of course I'm a big fan of my PK1 cage for the YOLO box. Obviously biased. Oh, good. Yeah, great way to mount all sorts of things. It's got the aluminum bars, so you can like screw things in. You can attach a monitor mount to that if you want, and put a camera, which is what I was doing at NAB. It's also got the cold shoe brackets all over the place, so you can attach wireless HDMI microphones, etc., etc. We've got the Small Rig Professional Video Rig. So I haven't actually used that one myself either, but that looks like a nice little collection of stuff for your smartphone, a light microphone, put it on a tripod, fantastic little kit. And then of course the YC Onion slider, which they were our booth buddies at NAB, next door neighbors to the YOLO Live booth. And so I got to chat with them quite a bit. And yeah, nice little slider for some more dynamic shots.
And I want to point out the Small Rig, even though I haven't used it either, but I do use a lot of Small Rigs gear on my bigger cameras, and their products are awesome. They're really well made and very, very well designed. So that's going to be a good one to use for sure.
Yeah. I also want to shout out the Aputure, because I actually have Aputure lights, and just letting you know that when you pair it up with the Sidus Bridge link, it's Bluetooth controllable. So I can truly just, like here right now, what I'm going to do is that I can adjust the lighting from my phone without having to move behind. And I can also do like effects like in a lightning storm and, you know, all these other fun things. So it's been a really cool, oh, now that I have the screen, yeah, I have the Sidus Link app, and then I can adjust the lighting as I go. Ooh. And then, yes, there's presets, there's fixtures, there's effects. So it's a really cool light. Aputure is a really cool company. So this giveaway is like, I wanted to enter myself because I need all of the gear that we're giving away.
Yeah, love it. Sorry, I had to mute there for a second. There's like giant machines outside the studio attacking the ground. So got a lot of construction noise here. Wonderful. Okay, cool. So let's take a look at the chats and see if there's any questions that we can get to from people who are here. I'm trying to take a look at all of our chats. I think I've got them all up here. Yeah, Elizabeth says that's an awesome light. Great giveaway items. This is amazing.
Chris W in my chat has confirmed that you can use a data only sim with YOLO Live.
Oh, wonderful. There we go. Data only sim do work. There we go. Oh, and then a feature request for YOLO Box. I would like a triple SIM card bonding. That would be also very cool. Oh, I'm got some more. Thanks for my cages. That's always nice. Thanks. Oh, that one didn't show up for some reason. Trying to do the comments across all the channels here is really a challenge.
It's so tricky because you did this in a way that's like magical that I've never done before. So I just got back to my chat too, which I forgot that we weren't actually seeing them in the stream. So if we haven't responded to you, know it's because we are in 12,000 places at once, which is awesome. But we're coming back now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for putting that together, Aaron, being the mastermind of getting all their stream keys.
Glad it looks like it's mostly working.
Yeah, can you just talk about that a little bit, Aaron? Because I have lots of questions on mine about how you're doing it. So I know we're using StreamYard here, but then you're not.
Yeah.
What are we actually doing?
Yeah. We've got how are we getting so many guests in? There was something on, I saw Photo Joseph's channel asking how it's working. So yeah, we are using StreamYard for this, for all of us to talk to each other and to get that. Honestly, it's just like the fastest way to get a bunch of people in a stream all at the same time. It really, I'm a big fan. And
Just in case people don't know, I'm assuming most people do, but it's a browser-based live streaming third-party tool. So there, if you are using other tools like BeLive or Restream or something, it's similar to that. It's browser-based, not like Ecamm, which is a tool on your actual hard drive. But then, are you going live with StreamYard also, or because you're
no? So that's the secret here. So let me switch over to this and show you what I'm looking at, which is this, and I'm behind the scenes here, also running the chats and the streams. So we've got I'm in this StreamYard call, and you can see it on my computer here. But then what's happening is StreamYard's actually pushing it into my studio rather than to YouTube. So it's probably pretty small, but you see how my little lower third from StreamYard is over here. It's because this is the StreamYard feed. So if I go back to the full grid, you'll see you'll see that, yeah, this is now the full grid pushed into here. And that's because what you're seeing on YouTube is not directly from StreamYard. So StreamYard's pushing it to my studio. I'm taking the feed from StreamYard and mixing it back up into YouTube, into everybody else's channels. So I can show you this desk view. I can show you the gear of Rack that's actually doing the work, and I can cut back to StreamYard as one of the inputs that is mixed in the show. So that's, and then actually I can do one more trick, which is actually showing you the multi-view that I'm looking at of all of the things together. So
I love that.
Yeah. And on StreamYard, what they're seeing
you're not seeing that on the backside. So I was like, does he know he's not actually showing the things that he's mentioning, but you are showing it to everybody else, which I think
this is the one downside with this setup is that what you all are seeing on StreamYard is just my camera, so that I'm sending a clean camera feed into StreamYard. But then the switching is all happening on the YouTube side. So.
Oh, I do have a question because I thought about it because I brought my YOLO box to NAB, right? And I didn't set up my camera right away and I had to redo the cords. Can you use your YOLO box and plug it into your computer? And like my feed right now, is it an HDMI out to
yes.
USB? And then you're able to switch, and then whatever this feed is will be whatever you see here?
Exactly. So if you wanted to send multiple cameras into StreamYard, you could use the YOLO box for that, or plug it in over USB or HDMI into a capture card. And then as you're switching on the YOLO box, you're sending different cameras into StreamYard, which is a nice way to do that without having to actually.
I'm going to try this right after this because I was thinking in theory it should do that, but I haven't tried that yet. I've just been going from my YOLO box on my lives now. I haven't been connecting my computer at all, only to use it as a monitor, to be honest. But okay, bet fam, thank you. I'm about to try that afterwards.
Can you schedule with the YOLO box, or do you have to schedule and then do the stream key and all that like you did today?
It's actually you can only schedule in the YOLO box. I've got a feature request into them to do it the other way around, but you have to create the stream on the YOLO box. You schedule it. I guess you don't have to actually schedule it, but you have to create it on the YOLO box. You could just go live right now, but if you choose the time and schedule it in the future, it'll create the placeholder video on YouTube for you. And then later you go into your YouTube studio and update the thumbnail and stuff like that.
So if I may elaborate on that, so YOLO Box does include, it's a cloud-based service. It's included in the price. You are able to choose whether you want to just directly stream to one or use YOLO Box's cloud-based service to stream or restream to 3. The beautiful benefit of that is that if you're outdoors or have really poor Wi-Fi, you only need to worry about one stream, so you don't have to triple your bandwidth. When you're streaming to multiple platforms, which some other solutions require you to do that, like Wirecast as an example. And so you can just maintain that same one stream bandwidth, but still stream to 3 different platforms at the same time. And there's no fee, there's no extra cost for using those services.
Super cool. How long does it take to get one when you order one, now that everyone is going to be ordering one? Are they
right?
We do have nationwide distribution. We have distribution in Canada and many other countries. So whatever the normal delivery times of anything you would order, like at Amazon or anything like that. Other cool things that you should know is that they're always updating the product. So there's going to be some features that will be coming out soon that will mimic even what we're doing here in StreamYard. Now, will you be able to have 6 guests? I don't know. It depends on how they implement it, but they don't tell me all the secrets. But one of the cool things you should know about the brand is that they're doing multiple different products. So one of the things they launched is this little thing called the Mini. So that handles a single camera, right? So if you're using...
So Mini, you caught it.
Yeah. Well, think about this. This fits in your purse a little bit more easier than the Pro.
In your pocket even, hey.
Totally. It's a pocket little TV studio. Now, if you're using a laptop to do OBS, you can then use this as your encoder, and you still have the ability of streaming from outdoors because it has a built-in battery. All the old boxes have a built-in battery with approximately 3 hours of battery life. So you don't have to be plugged in anywhere, either for your internet access or for power. So you really have a beautiful portable solution on all the boxes, but this is the smallest one. So if you're a wedding photographer or a videographer, you can mount it. They all have tripod mounts on the top, mounted on top of your camera, super light, and you're streaming directly from the camera, and you're still able to put overlays and graphics and stuff like that on it.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool piece of gear. Mini is brand new, just came out like a week or so ago. The Pro's been out for a couple months now, and yeah, looking forward to seeing what they do with that. I've been impressed with how the updates have been coming out, and really they do continue to improve it, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm. I look forward to test it. Wink.
There we go.
I'll see what we can do. Now, another cool thing, because of selling, which is the main topic of this conversation, a lot of the other applications, and we've mentioned a few in this show, StreamYard being one of them. The focus on being able to do online selling is the key here. And you have many, many options. What you're getting as the giveaway is an all-in-one solution. But there's one of the solutions that we haven't addressed. They all stream to your standard applications or standard platforms such as YouTube and Facebook and things of that nature. And you'll notice, and even Amazon, and it's a normal widescreen solution. But you got massive audiences on platforms like TikTok and Instagram, and they don't get the option to have such wonderful production, having 6 guests like we do now. And so YOLO has actually been attacking that idea, that thought process. The problem is the rules. The terms of service allows you to stream strictly from your phone using the native application. And if you use any third-party solutions, which you can, but that's up to you, it's a big risk because you can lose your account.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people are like, oh no, I can just, do this little trick here, but it is something that can put your account.
Even I've done that. I've had 6 guests on Instagram at the risk of losing my account. And corporations will not do that. And corporations want the audience, right? Yeah. You as a small business also want that audience. So they're creating a product that will be coming out later in the year. And Aaron's going to be going bonkers doing demonstrations on this product. We have 2 different models. One's called the YOLO Max Pro. And what that's going to be is the, let's say, world's largest cell phone, as I call it. So what that means is that you're going to have a nice big screen, and you're going to have the capability of having your same kind of HDMI cameras as you could do on the YOLO box, using Instagram, TikTok, and tons of other applications that we'll be supporting, using the native app, violating no rules. And
cool.
You're going to have graphic overlays. You're going to be able to show off your product. You're going to be able to have professional sound with a mixed board, with a line in. It'll support 4G LTE. It'll support Wi-Fi and Ethernet. It's going to be very similar to the YOLO box, but strictly aimed at the market that no one in the entire convention center at NAB was even considering. So we're going to be able to do something for corporate businesses, and for the small business owner, we'll have a tabletop version as well. So Aaron has shown it off on his platform, and he will be actually receiving it soon. I don't know how fast you made that delivery for yourself, but if you want to add to that, Aaron, go right ahead.
Yeah. He's so the unit that we had, they brought to NAB. I actually went and FedExed it to myself. So I'm going to take a look at that. Be taking a look at it here, testing it out on this, I guess, on my Instagram account, since I'll be streaming to my Instagram. So keep an eye on that. In the future, I guess. I don't know when it gets here. I think this weekend sometime. So it was
how do people
very big box.
Get these things? What's the best way for people who are watching if they want to grab it? Obviously they're gonna have the chance to win one here, but in addition to that, how do people
Yeah, the YOLO Box, the Max and the Pro, the smaller one, are not out yet, but follow YOLO Live's Instagram account probably is the best way, because they are all over Instagram, and they will be announcing it there as soon as it's out. Also, my channel, I will be talking about it, since I'm really curious to test it out and give it a shot. So
and for
follow me.
For those people who are just learning about this in general, for the ones that are out, are they just go to your channels to figure out where to grab them? I'm just trying to.
Yeah. Thanks. There should be links to the products in everybody's descriptions. So
awesome.
The YOLO Box Pro and the Mini, those are out right now. You can buy them from all sorts of retailers all over the place. So
yeah, and the
Mini and I both have pretty intense training on the YOLO Boxes on our channels. Lots of information about how to use them.
I love your both tutorials, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
That's what I love about you guys. You guys are doing more organized content creation. I kind of do random. I'm just going to go live and in real life it. And I, and if anybody who follows my channel, I just did a live walking across the Hoover Dam. So I didn't use the YOLO Box, but I could have. Like, I could have easily have just attached this puppy and put overlays and stuff like that. So, but I've been doing those type of live streams for about, 10, 12 years, no, 14 years, with graphics in the middle of Times Square, just walking around and stuff. And I'm glad that the technology is catching up, and I'm glad that they're reaching out to me, because I've been doing it for so long, saying, how did you do that? And how can we incorporate it in our technology? So the more you push the boundaries, the more you're going to get that exclusive attention of, how did you do that? And it'll just up your brand a little bit more.
So there's a couple of questions here I want to pull from the audience. Each app icon be the size of a hand. Yeah, it's a big screen. The icons are huge. So isn't this is it a terms of service violation? How will it switch cameras in the native app? The way that works is the Instagram app sees one camera. It only sees it as a camera. It just happens to be an internal switcher that can actually switch between the different actual cameras. So shouldn't violate terms of service, because it is the Instagram app. It's not going outside of the Instagram app, which is the key.
So if I may elaborate a little bit further. So the reason I called it the world's largest cell phone is because if you think about it, there's tons of Android phones, iPhones, and stuff like that. Hardware-wise, each one of those products have multiple cameras. So all they did was take the native app and give it access to cameras like the phone, except it's an HDMI port. So you're not violating any rules, because you're actually getting the same access to hardware as the native app does on your phone. Secondly, it does support multiple cameras at the same time, meaning you can do picture-in-picture, so you can do two cameras simultaneously. But how you use that, how you implement that. It also supports chroma key. So it does have the ability to do in green screen. And so that will allow for much more fun content creation from you guys. You guys have the ability and opportunity here to, once this product comes out, because it will be the only product in the market right now. Now, we mentioned it here. So if there's any manufacturers listening in right now, they're just starting from scratch. So it's going to be a while before they catch up. But what we've done here at YOLO is create a great new product that's going to be innovative to corporations. It's going to give them access to those massive audiences, and the small tabletop version will give the consumers who have small businesses to do the same access. So we aimed at both of you. And if you think about that, since it's never been done before, and we're finally giving you what you've been needing for so long, that's going to increase this whole concept of sales tenfold. So in China, it's very popular. A lot of apps are doing this sales, and where you can touch and purchase and stuff like that. In the US, it doesn't exist so much. But because of now what we're about to do, all these corporations, from, let's say, Coca-Cola to whomever, HP computers, people who do fashion, because the screen is nice and big, they're able to see them putting on clothing, talking to the audience, because the screen is so big, you can read the comments from a distance. You're not holding a phone, at arm's length. You're going to be able to do all sorts of sales. We can show big productions, not at arm's length. You can go further, and you can still read the comments without having to hold the phone and say, yes, Mary. You can actually just look at the camera and say, yes, Mary, it's exactly that size or that fit or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the Yellow Box Max. I want to put that conversation to rest because that's great and all, but I want to talk more about the technique and the concept of selling, especially hearing from your experiences having actually done that. So let's Monty, have you said you've done some of this in the past. Can you talk just a little bit about like what is it like as a host to do that? Because that's something that I'm not familiar with, and I would love to know more about like how would I get going with that? What kinds of things do I need to keep in mind that are maybe different from this kind of panel discussion or solo live streaming about tech gear or something?
Yeah, live shopping is interesting because anyone can really get started doing it. There's a lot of apps that are showing up. I'll use Amazon just because it's the one I'm most familiar with. It's the one I live stream weekly too. And as a content creator as well, someone that does pre-recorded videos, going live sometimes is just much easier to do so. And Nikki said that earlier as well. And so when I can just show up and just go live, what I'm finding out is that people are actually typically on the platform ready to make a purchase anyway. So on Amazon, we're going to Amazon and we're looking at different items, trying to figure out what we're going to put in our cart. And then all of a sudden they see our shiny faces show up talking about the very thing that they're interested in. And so I like to show up and provide the education value, similar to most of us all of us that are on here. It's like the education of what that product looks like, what that product feels like. And so it's more of a real-time demonstration. It's more of let me change the conversation and then the narrative to what you need at the time. Okay, do you want to know the specs or do you want to know the different types of colors? Do you need to know if this fits in your room? Or maybe is this good for your kid? So it's that ability to have a real-time conversation with someone about things that they're interested in at that very moment. And I like the fact you can just talk about things sometimes we go online and you don't know who you're listening to. You see a video, but you don't really know who that person is, where you get to build this rapport, like Nikki said as well. It's like the same people come back all the time because they want to know who you are. And then it's live. So if I drop the phone in real time, or if it doesn't work, or if it doesn't fit, you see that. And so that authenticity of the real time shopping element is there as well. And as a host, you show it up, answering the questions, be truthful. Sometimes we're representing brands. So it allows us to provide feedback to that specific brand. I use the YOLO box to live stream. I recently got my Rodecaster, so I talk about the experiences of that. So yes, I'm a live streaming tech guy, but I'm also educating on the products that the consumer is actually interested in as well. So I hope I answered your question there, Aaron.
No, that's great. And there's another question here that just popped up, which is relevant. Should you have a big audience to start? And the reason I think this is relevant is because I heard you say something, which is also that when you're on Amazon in particular and someone's shopping for a product, your stream appears on the product page, which suggests to me that they may be helping the discovery of your platforms because of the link to that product. Is that so? How does that relate to the like audience size?
Yeah, audience size it's one of those platforms now, and I think as it's starting to grow, it's irrelevant. Most people start with 0 people watching on any platform. That's how I started, with 0. And then some days I'll have a couple people, some days I'll have a couple hundred people watching me on live, depending on the season. So Amazon just announced that July will be Prime Day, will fall in that month. So chances are you'll see me showing up there at that time. But you really don't have to be concerned about audience size, because you're really talking about products that you like, that you have, that you own, but you also show up on suggested products as well. So if you're talking about one thing in particular, you may show up on a similar product page as well, and then be able to gain the attention of that audience as well. There are not a lot of people that are actually showing up and doing the live. So it's easier to grow an audience, I think, by using these live shopping platforms right now.
That's a really good tip. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
I have some questions about this.
Go ahead.
Because I've never done this, live streaming to Amazon. So how do you, number one, there's 2 questions, and whoever can answer these, but number one, how do you get started streaming to Amazon? Do I have to call someone at Amazon. Like, do I have to set up a special live streaming account, or literally anybody with the ability to live stream could just plug into a page and start streaming? And second is, if I wanted to stream about, let's say, camera accessories, and I'm going to pick 5 accessories that I want to stream on about, that I want to talk about, do I need to do 5 separate streams, or is there, I'm going to do a show about 5 things, I'm going to show up on these 5 product pages and go?
Right. So I have a whole Facebook group for anybody that wants to dive deep into. So if you do a search for Amazon Live creators, you'll find like 1,500 people in there that are either live streamers or they're product sellers. And if you want to get started live streaming with Amazon, you do need to have an associates account, and you do need to get approved for their Amazon influencers account as well. And typically what they're looking for is a following on another platform. So rule of thumb is kind of that 1,500, 2,000 follower subscriber mark to get approved into that platform. So Instagram, YouTube, those platforms are what they look at. As far as talking about different products, so you can actually have up to 40 products in what they call the product carousel at any given time. Doesn't mean you have to talk about 40 different products, but it allows you to talk about 40 products and the opportunity to earn commission on anything that's clicked in that product carousel. So in some cases, I might talk about 5 products because it's a really tailored content. So I'm going to do one about drones, and it's just going to be the drones that I have, maybe a drone that I'm interested in. In other live streams, I might talk about my live streaming setup, and that I have a 70-foot desk, right, or 70-inch desk right here. So I got a whole bunch of equipment I can go through, where it would be more than 40 items. I'll do a quick widescreen. So I got a whole bunch that I can actually talk about right here. Microphones, monitors, ATEMs, Rodecaster. Everybody loves this big old monitor for some reason. So it always shows up in a conversation on live streaming. But yeah, one live stream and talk about anything you want.
I mean, what's so awesome is that you have instant products right there. You know, I mean, on your desk, yes, but also there's this product library. So if you're someone who doesn't know exactly what to sell, you know that you'd like to add more products to your recommendation, things like that. It's such an awesome way where you have instant access to all these products that you don't even have to ship. You can, as an affiliate, right? Super cool.
People are asking, how do we enter the giveaway?
Ooh. Yeah, okay, you got like 2 minutes left because we got to draw before the top of the hour. So the way to enter is to comment on the Instagram post on YOLO Live's Instagram. So I'm going to drop that in my chat again, and I'll show it on the screen to the nod that you're going to like follow a URL from the screen. Here, I'll drop. Yeah, type that in really fast. But no, seriously, the YOLO Live Tech Instagram. Go comment on that post. That is what we're going to be drawing from in a second here. And I'm actually going to, we are almost at the top of the hour, so I'm going to go ahead and actually bring this up on my screen so I can do the drawing. I'm going to share that tab. And, oh, there we go. YOLO Live Tech.
And also, just I see a comment about, you know, Monty saying that it helps, you have to have the influencer account and that you have to have followers on other channels. Some people are saying like, audience goals, that even getting to a place where you have followers on other channels may seem a little daunting. That's the whole point of this, is by showing up and creating content, even on those other platforms, going live, doing that type of thing. That's how you're going to build those relationships, that connection, so that you can unlock that influencer thing. So get started with it, start building those relationships. It'll come pretty quickly.
Also keep in mind that in large audiences, those that follow you and that really start getting to know you as a person and a product and line, it doesn't matter how large your audience is, only a small percentage will be the one valued customers. So if you get people who are repeatedly coming to you, it's because at some point they want to buy from you because they believe in you, they trust in you.
I love it.
Cool. Okay, we are, I think I've got everything set up here to do the drawing.
And we're doing a pro, or which?
Well, this is for the whole shebang. So this is, I'll just pop this in again. This is for, oh, the slide went away because I'm sharing my computer screen. Well, it's for the whole package, everything in the YOLO Live, in the giveaway kit. So everything we talked about earlier is part of this giveaway.
This is so cool. I usually
It is so cool.
I like scroll and stop. So I usually sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow every time I do a giveaway. And
oh, I like it.
My hand like this up and down until I'm done with the verse and then pick it. But this is so fancy. And you don't have to put the comments into like the wheel. So
okay, we've got 1,176. We're going to find one winner.
Wow. This is so cool. Let me do some inception right here. I'm going to film this from my end.
Oh, there we go. I feel like we need a drum roll. Here we go.
Woohoo!
All right. Where's my applause? There we go. Okay. Congratulations. We will. I'm going to go after we're done here. I'm going to go reply to your comment as the winner, and we will get set up with sending everything out to you. So congratulations.
So awesome.
Congrats. That's an
wow,
awesome
they got the whole
giveaway
shebang.
Yeah, I mean, like, imagine just, oh, I want to start live streaming, and now you can, like, instantly with everything. I mean,
yeah.
geez.
They have more gear than I even have.
Right.
So, like,
and to think that the quality of that video is going to be beautiful.
I know.
Day one.
Yeah. Cool.
That's like cheating.
I want to go and actually share their Instagram account on here so we can actually see.
Amazing.
See who this is. Okay, here we go. Fatila Sadiq. Did I say that right? Thank you for following me. I will follow you back so I can comment on your post from... oh, I didn't see. I thought WA was Washington. That's probably not Washington.
Think of the
lovely group.
Unboxing. Think of the unboxing videos he's going to be able to do now.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
So, awesome.
So cool.
Very cool. All right. Well, thank you all for playing. Oh, and Rocky is back. It looks like Rocky's video is working again, so we will bring Rocky back. Thanks for joining.
You muted.
Oh.
There we go.
It was just so exciting to watch from the audience. So congratulations, Fadila. Yeah, that's all I was doing. I just had to step away and enjoy all of you. I love watching you all. I'm back.
This has been so awesome. Everybody's so much knowledge dropping too. So super excited.
I know. First time meeting some of you in person. So this is really cool. Like just this experience, and we're on like the StreamYard and the back end typing to each other and muting and all that stuff. Like this has been really exciting for me just to like be on here with you all because you guys are experts in live streaming, live selling, live producing, and content creation. So I'm like fangirling over here.
Yeah, thanks so much everybody for joining. Cool. I think Molly has to run. We'll say goodbye to Molly.
Bye, Molly.
Thanks for joining.
Everybody. Bye.
Yeah. Okay.
For so long.
Any other comments here we can get to real quick before we wrap this up?
I wanted to verify that Facebook group I dropped into the chat here. Was it? Tell me the name of the Facebook group again, Monty.
You can do a search for Amazon Live Creators.
Okay, good. I found the right one. Cool.
I'm in that one
That's
too.
awesome.
We learn a lot of knowledge in there. I love it.
Yeah, I just joined that one.
Yes.
Great. Let me put that on the screen too. Amazon Live Creators. Great.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. Well, congrats to the winner. We will be in touch offline, and that was a lot of fun. Thank you all for joining. Thank you so much. This was amazing. We should do it again sometime. What a great group. So, yeah, with that, I guess let's go ahead and wrap this up. And yeah, thanks all. Closing words, anybody? Final thoughts?
I just want to thank everybody for allowing me to kind of join in last minute because I wasn't, part of the group yet. And I just arrived and landed today from NAB. And so YOLO was like, hey, get on this. And I'm like, okay. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are at NAB, I know I saw some of you there, but not everybody. So sorry about that. But hopefully next year.
Yes, next year for sure. Thank you so much for inviting me too. This is such an exciting giveaway with such amazing brands and professional live stream producers here. I'm so excited to know you all. Congratulations. And for those who are watching, yeah, make sure to follow all these brands and all these content creators because this is really exciting. So thank you for including me.
Yeah, I would say thank you for including me. Thank you to Aaron and Rocky for being on my show at NAB about live streaming. And just to throw out numbers there, because I know we're talking about live streaming, but I did a review and study on it. It's expected to hit $500 billion in China within like the next year and 12 billion in the US. So there's a lot of movement going towards there. So if you're hesitant about getting into live stream, start thinking about it. It's not going away. And in addition, now you have like all this gear and you're familiar with how to live stream through all these content creators and producers that were on the show today. So make sure you follow all their channels. And thank you, Aaron, for producing everything.
Yeah, congratulations to the winner. It was awesome to connect with all of these awesome people and then have all of you all watch and be a part of this whole experience. I will definitely say check out the white paper that YOLO Live did. It's an amazing white paper on live selling if you're not familiar with it. It's a really good detailed read. You'll see a couple pictures in there. I think Photo Joseph and Aaron are actually in there. So definitely check that out. And if you need more information about the YOLO Live in particular, watch their channels. They have some amazing videos on how to use the device, different use cases. I'm a big firm believer in making sure you get the right equipment for the right use case. And I think the YOLO Live definitely fits a lot of different use cases for those getting started in live streaming.
That's wonderful. Okay, thank you all so much. We're going to close it out here. Thanks for joining and see you all again in the future. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.